Shalom, shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakodash. It's going to be a quick lesson. It's something I have in my notes. I just did it. It says, we got to examine ourselves daily. We all have things to work on. Write them down, fast, pray, and be patient, right? So plenty of tables, every brother, every sister, we all have things we can work on and improve in, whether it be studying more, praying more, fasting more, basically protecting yourself from the spiritual demon Satan, and doing whatever you can to not make the same mistakes, slothfulness, whatever, lust. That's a big one, lust. A lot of people deal with lust. We all have things we need to work on, and some things are different from others. So 2 Corinthians 13:5, it says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shah Mashiach is in you, except you be reprobates. Right? So you want to examine yourself every day. You want to be honest with yourself and say, am I doing this enough? I need to work on this. You want to make sure, you being honest with yourself and telling yourself what you need to work on. Write it down, memorize it, and then work on those things. Pray, fast, seek counsel or something. So go to the next one, 1 Corinthians 6:12. It says, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. And I basically wrote right here, Paul wasn't saying that everything is lawful. He was saying there are certain things that aren't against the law, but not necessarily wise or his preference. Some things that are lawful can be a stumbling block for certain brothers and sisters. And I put right here example, video games, wine, right? I put video games because, when you playing, like anybody playing video games, it could take up a lot of your time when you could be doing something else. You could start making video games a priority or something like that. That's the main thing. I see a lot of people play video games today. Wine, wine, brother or sister can have a drunkard problem. So they don't really be, they shouldn't really be, they should be careful with drinking wine, because it's lawful to drink wine, but it's not lawful to be drunk. So people that have a problem getting drunk, it's not expedient for them. It's not wise. I put sports too because same thing with video games. You playing sports, you can put most of your time into playing that sport than studying. Sports can get in the way of what the Lord commanded us to be doing, and then you can end up falling out the truth because you started focusing on sports more than the Lord. And then I put having a wife or multiple, right? Some brothers rather not have a wife, some brothers rather not have multiple wives, playing on tables. And a few things I left out that was pretty simple was social media, so I'm gonna put it right here, social media or phones. Right, so social media phones, because people can be on their phone, they can be on social media for a very long time, and basically just waste their time being on social media. And then there's stumbling blocks all on social media. There's naked women on social media. It's very hard to avoid that. Even if you have an Instagram and you follow certain people, sometimes stuff would just pop up that you just can't avoid, because it's wicked, but it's a normal thing today. It's like you go on, you can go on the internet and women can just pop up, and these can be married women on there too. You can't really avoid it. It's a very large number of women that's on social media naked, or adulterous women on social media that may be trying to talk to you. And another thing is you just don't want to spend too much time on social media because it's not really beneficial, right? So me personally, with my social media, I'll follow like people, that's spreading the truth, or like news headlines of showing what's going on around the world. Salakia, I need some water. But yeah, it shows what's going on around in the world, and people, that basically post about the truth. So, but still, stuff still pop up. It's just certain things you can't control. So social media can be a stumbling block, especially if you're spending a majority of your time on it. Another thing is phones. Same thing going to social media. Phones, you can be on your phone too much, and then you just get distracted. You don't want to get distracted, right? Sirach 37:27 says, "My son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything." So just like I was saying, these examples up here, certain people may not want a wife, or want social media because it can be a stumbling block to them, or want to get involved in sports or play video games because it can be a stumbling block. It can take up their time. Now these things may work out for other brothers. They know how to manage their time wisely, and they as for the wife, they can deal with having a wife, but not every brother wants to do that. All right, so I'm gonna read again. It says, "My son," Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 37:27. "My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it." So if you know your phone or something, or a woman or something is a stumbling block, you want to try your best to stay away from it. You want to be wise and not basically fall into that fall over that stumbling block. You want to stay away from these things. You want to examine yourself and see what is good for you and what is evil for you. And whatever is good for you, you want to do that. But whatever is evil for you, you want to stay away from that. It's really playing upon tables. Sirach 37:28 says, "For all things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything." Right? So certain things work out for certain men, certain things don't work out for certain men. And like it says, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. A brother may have pleasure in having a wife. Another brother may rather be by himself. Or, social media. Same thing. James chapter 1 and verse 2 says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." Right? So the trying of your faith worketh patience. So it takes patience for your faith to build up. And it also takes faith to have patience. Because if you really believe in something, you'll really wait. Verse 4 says, "But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." All right. I'm going to go back to that key read. It says, verse 5, it says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." All right, so if you're struggling with something, you want to ask the Lord for it. But what did the Lord say in verse 6? It says, "But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways." So you can't be, seeking the Lord, and then in the back of your head, you're like, man, the Lord not gonna do this. He can't do it. He can't do it. But you still asking him. You're being double-minded. So why you think the Lord gonna give it to you if you really don't even believe that he can do it? You're underestimating the Lord. You don't think he can't do anything. Well, can't do that, Salakia. So you don't want to pray to the Lord and you're doubting him. You want to have that faith and believe in the Lord, and then have that and be patient and let the Lord do things on his own will. You got to remember that, his own will, and on his own timing. It's not on our timing, it's on the Lord's timing. And he does whatever pleases him. So certain things that we may want, it doesn't, we necessarily not gonna get it. We're not necessarily gonna get it, so it's all of the Lord's will. And you gotta remember Romans 8:28. You want to remember this. Romans 8:28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Right? So, hey, the Lord, he's gonna do whatever best for you if you love him. In scripture in Isaiah, what was it? Right here, come on. Isaiah 48:17. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I am the Lord thy God, which teacheth thee to profit, which leadeth thee by the way that thou shouldest go. Right? So the Lord knows what's best for his servants. So you want to trust in the Lord, and you really want to believe and trust that whatever he's doing for me, as long as I'm doing what I gotta do, whatever he's doing for me is for the best. It's for the best, because he knows what's good for you, what's bad for you. There are certain things that he sees that we can't see. We might think we're getting into something that's good for us, but it may be bad. And you got to remember, he's trying us too. So he may keep things away from you to test you and to build you up. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9 I said, seek a brother or sister if you need help. All right, Ecclesiastes 4:9. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. Verse 10 says, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath no help, he hath not another to help him up. Salakia. Again, I'm gonna read it again. It says, verse 9 says, two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Right? So it's good to have some help. It's good to have counsel. It's good to have a brother or sister you can go to and help you out. Pray with you and fast with you and give you counsel when you're going through things. But the best help for you to get is from the Lord himself. So you want to seek the Lord first and just trust and believe that whatever he's doing is for the best. As long as we doing what we have to do. Right? So I'd like to close out with that. I give all praise to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba Hashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom.